What if the #1 piece of parenting advice you've heard about teaching your baby to talk is actually wrong? We all assume that talking to our baby constantly is the key to helping them talk sooner, but generally, that's not the case. In fact, one of the most powerful ways to encourage your toddler to communicate with you is to actually talk less. I know that sounds crazy. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm not a doctor. I'm a mom on a mission to read all the parenting books and studies so you don't have to. In this video, I'll show you 3 powerful shortcuts that work, and they're the complete opposite of what you've probably been told. So let's dive right into that first shortcut. And it starts by recognizing a tiny, almost invisible habit that nearly every parent has. I know I did. Picture this. Your toddler is looking over at their toy box, maybe at that big green dinosaur on the shelf. You, being the wonderfully attentive parent you are, walk over and ask, "Do you want the dinosaur?" And then, without missing a beat, you pick it up and hand it to them. Sound familiar? It's okay, we've all been there. But here's the quiet truth. In that split second, we've accidentally stolen a chance for them to communicate. We asked the question, but we didn't wait for the answer. We removed any and all reason for them to try and say dino or want, or even just to make a sound and point with intention. And this isn't just about toys. It happens when they want a snack from a high cupboard, a drink from the fridge, or their favorite shoes by the door. We see the need and we solve it before they even have a chance to try. So, what's the antidote to this habit of jumping in too quickly? It's our first and maybe most powerful shortcut, the power of the pause. I know it sounds almost too simple, but the science behind it is profound. When we ask our toddler a question or when they have a need, their brain isn't like ours. It doesn't just instantly retrieve the word. It's more like a busy factory, a mental assembly line with several steps that need to happen in order. First, the information has to arrive at the receiving dock. Your child has to hear what you said, and their brain has to process the meaning. Mom is asking me what I want. Then they have to send that order to the word library. This is a huge, still organizing library where they have to find the right word. Is it ball? Is it dinosaur? Is it a word they don't even have yet? Once they find a word, or even just a sound, the order goes to the blueprint department. Here, their brain has to create a plan for how to actually make that sound. How does the tongue move? What shape do the lips make? How much air is needed? Finally, that plan goes to the shipping department, which has to coordinate the lungs, the vocal cords, and the mouth to actually produce the sound. All of that takes time. For a toddler, it can take around 5 seconds, sometimes more. When we jump in after 1 or 2 seconds, we're essentially shutting down the whole assembly line right in the middle of production. The technique itself is beautifully simple. The next time your child needs something or you ask them a question, you are going to count to 5 in your head, slowly. And while you wait, you're not just going to stand there blankly, you're going to show them you're listening. You lean in slightly, you raise your eyebrows, you smile, or open your mouth a little as if you expect them to speak. You are silently saying, "I'm here, I'm listening, I know you can do this." Now, I need to be honest with you. Based on all my clinical sessions, this is generally the thing I find parents struggle with the most. It feels unnatural. Our instinct is to help, to fix, to be efficient. That 5 seconds of silence can feel like an eternity. This is honestly the #1 thing I see parents struggle with in my practice. I'm so curious to hear from you. What's the hardest part about making yourself wait? Is it the awkward silence, the feeling you're not helping, or something else? Share your experience in the comments below. I remember working with one mom, let's call her Clara. Her son, Leo, was almost 2 and very, very quiet. Clara was a super mom, loving, attentive, and incredibly fast. Leo would barely even glance at the fridge before Clara was there with his milk. In our session, I challenged her. I put Leo's favorite toy, a little blue ball, on the floor a few feet away. He looked at it, and then he looked at Clara, and she started to move. I gently put a hand on her arm and just whispered, "Wait." I could feel the tension in her. The first 2 seconds were okay. At second 3, she looked at me, her eyes wide with panic. At second 4, Leo let out a little sigh. Clara was about to break. Then, at the 5-second mark, Leo let out a determined little grunt, and pointed his entire chubby arm right at the ball. Clara's eyes filled with tears. It wasn't a word, but it was everything. It was the first time he had ever truly initiated communication for a toy. It was his light bulb moment, and hers. Now, I know the biggest fear that comes with this. You're thinking, but Sarah, if I just wait and say nothing, won't my child just get frustrated and have a meltdown? It's a valid fear, and it comes from a place of love. But here's a crucial distinction. There's a difference between a child in genuine distress and a child in a moment of productive struggle. When we wait patiently with that warm, expectant look on our face, we're not creating distress. We're sending a powerful message of confidence. We're telling them, I believe you can figure this out. That belief builds resilience. Constantly jumping in, while well-intentioned, can accidentally send the opposite message. You can't do this without me. So this power of the pause has a dual benefit. Yes, it gives their little mental assembly line the time it needs to work. But just as importantly, it validates their slightest effort, a glance, a grunt, a pointed finger, as a meaningful act of communication. You're teaching them that their voice, in whatever form it takes, has power. And now that you've become a master of the gentle art of the pause, it's time to take that power to the next level. It's time to get a little more proactive. This next tip is a game changer. It's something very few parents I talk to are using, but it works incredibly well. It's my second shortcut. You need to sabotage your baby and toddler's environment. Now, I know, sabotage sounds a little mean, doesn't it? As if we're trying to make things difficult for them. But I promise you, it's the exact opposite. This isn't about causing frustration. It's about intentionally creating a reason for them to communicate. It's about engineering a perfect, low-stakes opportunity for them to use that powerful voice we've just been helping them discover. Think of it less as sabotage and more as setting the stage for their communication to shine. And the best way to set that stage is by becoming a master of what I call helpful hindrances. This brings us to our second shortcut, and it is a game changer. Shortcut number 2 is to strategically engineer a reason for your child to communicate. We are going to create a powerful, natural motivation for them to use their voice, a gesture, or a sign to tell you what they need. The classic example I give my families is this. Place their favorite toy or snack on a high shelf where they can see it but can't reach it. Then you just get busy nearby. You fold laundry, you check your phone, you wait. Inevitably, your child will notice it, want it, and realize they can't get it on their own. They'll look at it, then look at you. They might grunt or point or make a sound. That is the moment. That's the spark of communication we're looking for. When it happens, you go over, look where they're pointing, and say, "Oh, you want the car. Car. Here is the car." You've just completed a perfect communication loop. But this goes way beyond just a high shelf. So I want to give you my personal, helpful hindrance toolkit. 3 more incredibly effective ways to create these opportunities. First up is the sealed snack container. You take their favorite goldfish or puffs and put them in a clear, hard-to-open Tupperware container. Then you just hand it to them. They can see the snack. They want the snack. Their little fingers will try to pry it open. They might even try to use their teeth. But when they can't, they will look to you. They'll hold it up, maybe with a little grunt of effort. That's your cue. You get down on their level, you make eye contact, and you label their desire. Oh, you want help? You want me to open it. You're not just giving them a snack, you're teaching them the power of asking for help. Next in the toolkit, the Powerless toy. We all have that singing dog or light-up keyboard they love. So you take the batteries out and place them right next to the toy. You give your child the toy, and they'll push the button, expecting music or lights. Nothing happens. They'll look at it confused. they'll see the batteries nearby. This is a problem they need you to solve. They'll push the toy into your hands or point at the batteries. Again, you narrate the solution. Oh, it's not working. It needs batteries. Let's put the batteries in. You're teaching cause, effect, and the words that control their world. Finally, my favorite, the incomplete puzzle. Get out a simple, chunky puzzle, maybe with 4 farm animals. As you set it up, you secretly palm the pig piece. You let them place the cow, the sheep, and the chicken. They'll look at the board, see that one empty space, and feel that natural human desire for completion. They'll look around, look at your hands, and communicate that something is missing. What's wrong? Oh, is a piece missing? You need the pig. Now, I need to pause here because I know what some of you might be thinking. Sarah, this sounds a little mean. And I get that, but please hear me. The key is your attitude. This isn't done with frustration. This is done with a playful smile. You are their partner in this game. You are there to help them succeed, not to watch them fail. We're creating a tiny moment of challenge that immediately ends with connection and success. It's not frustration, it's empowerment. So with these strategies, we've created the need to communicate. But how do we create the desire? The answer is simple, and it's the most important work of childhood: play. Research is crystal clear on this. Children are far more likely to talk and communicate when they are engaged in an activity they are actually interested in. This brings us to shortcut number 3, which is probably the most enjoyable one of all. Use fun words during play. Fun words are exactly what they sound like. They are the sound effects of life. They are often easier to say than actual words, and they are incredibly motivating for little ones to imitate. Think of it this way. For a little mouth that's still learning how to coordinate, a complex word like dinosaur is a marathon. It has multiple syllables and tricky sounds. But a word like boom or moo, that's a quick, easy sprint. These fun words are often made of simple, punchy sounds, like a single consonant and a vowel, which are much, much easier for them to practice and master. They are the linguistic baby steps that lead to confident walking and running later on. So let's build your fun word vocabulary right now. Let's start with vehicle and action sounds. When you're playing with cars, don't just say car. Say vroom, beep beep, honk honk, uh-oh, crash. When you're building blocks, it's up, 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 and boom. Or when you're popping bubbles, it's pop, pop, pop. Next, the all-time classics, animal sounds. These are pure gold. Every time you see an animal in a book or as a toy, you make the sound. The cow says moo, the dog says woof woof, the pig says oink oink. These are predictable, they are silly, and toddlers love them. And finally, don't forget the body and environmental sounds. A pretend sneeze is a loud achoo. Dropping something is a dramatic uh-oh. Splashing in the bath is splat, splat, splat. Eating a yummy snack is mmm. Now, I know making these sounds all day might make you feel a little silly at first, but I promise you, your child is going to absolutely love it. And here is the beautiful secret. For so many toddlers, these fun, simple, playful sounds are the very first words they imitate. That moment you hear their little voice try to say vroom back to you as you push a car across the floor, that's pure magic. That's the payoff. That's what all this work is for. And that moment, it's so much more than just a word. It's a spark. It's your child looking across a bridge that you so patiently built and taking their very first step across to meet you in the middle. All that silliness you might have felt, it just melts away. Because in that instant, you realize you weren't just making funny noises. You were speaking their first language. You were creating a world of play and joy where they felt safe enough and happy enough to try. That little sound is a tiny thank you. It's an I see you. It is the very beginning of a conversation that will last a lifetime. And it proves the most beautiful truth of all. Language doesn't start with rules and words. It starts with connection. And that connection, that beautiful conversation that will last a lifetime, can be built with 3 simple, powerful shortcuts. So let's recap. First, talk less and wait more. Give them that silent 5-second runway. Second, playfully sabotage their play to create a real need to communicate with you. And third, embrace those fun, silly sounds. Your rooms, your moos, and your crashes are the true VIPs of first words. You have the tools. You can absolutely do this. And if you found this valuable, a quick like on this video would be amazing. To make sure you and I can continue this journey together, please click that subscribe button. It truly means the world. We often discuss sensitive topics that platform algorithms don't always love. So being subscribed is the best way to make sure you don't miss future videos that might not show up in your feed. And you will not want to miss the next one. We'll be covering the 3 mistakes that parents naturally make that actually discourage their toddlers from talking. Make sure you watch that video next.